Awakened beings in Claymore are among the most terrifying and powerful entities in the series, representing the ultimate horror that can emerge from the fusion of human and Yoma. These creatures are former silver-eyed slayers who have lost control of their Yoma side and undergone a complete transformation, abandoning their humanity and becoming something far more dangerous than a simple Yoma. Understanding awakened beings requires a comprehensive look at how they're created, their physical, mental, and emotional attributes, as well as the impact they have on the world of Claymores. So that's exactly what we're going to do. In this video, we'll conduct a comprehensive anatomical breakdown of an awakened being, see what makes them tick, and understand what to do when they're ticked off. So without further ado, strap in because it's gonna be a bumpy ride. The creation of awakened beings. Awakened beings are created when a Claymore, a warrior who's part human, part Yoma, loses control over the Yoki, or the Yoma energy, within them. Claymores are initially human women who have been infused with Yoma flesh and blood, granting them superhuman abilities to fight Yoma. However, this infusion is a double-edged sword. To harness their full potential in battle, Claymores must draw on their Yoki. The more they use their power, the closer they come to crossing a critical threshold known as awakening. If a Claymore surpasses this threshold, they lose their humanity entirely and transform into an awakened being, a monstrous and immensely powerful entity. The process of awakening is gradual. As a Claymore taps into her Yoki, her physical appearance and abilities begin to shift. Initially, these changes are reversible, and the Claymore can return to her human form once the Yoki is suppressed. However, if a Claymore becomes too reliant on Yoki, or if she experiences extreme emotional distress, she may reach a point of no return. At this stage, the Claymore's body undergoes a dramatic transformation, fully embracing the monstrous side of her nature. Her human consciousness is overtaken by the Yoma essence, and she becomes an awakened being. Awakening is an irreversible process. The moment a Claymore reaches the point of no return, their body undergoes a dramatic transformation. The physical changes vary widely from one individual to the next, reflecting the Claymore's personality, abilities, and the specific nature of their Yoma side. The result is a monstrous form that often defies conventional anatomy, merging elements of human, animal, and demonic physiology into a terrifying whole. Mentally and emotionally, the transformation signifies the complete loss of the Claymore's human self. They embrace their monstrous nature, often experiencing a release from the constraints of their former life and gaining immense power at the cost of their soul. Physical attributes of awakened beings. The physical form of an awakened being is highly variable and reflects both the power of the individual Claymore and the specific nature of her Yoma essence. These beings often exhibit grotesque and fearsome appearances, with bodies that are far removed from their original human forms. Common physical traits include vastly increased size, multiple limbs, wings, claws, and other monstrous features that enhance their combat abilities. The transformation isn't merely cosmetic, it reflects a complete overhaul of the Claymore's physiology, optimized for destruction and survival. Awakened beings possess incredible strength, speed, and regenerative abilities, far surpassing those of ordinary Claymores. Their bodies are highly resilient, capable of withstanding tremendous damage and quickly recovering from injuries that would be fatal to lesser beings. In addition to their enhanced physical attributes, awakened beings often possess unique abilities tailored to their specific forms. These abilities can range from manipulating their bodies in various ways to harnessing energy-based attacks that can devastate entire landscapes. One of the most notable features of awakened beings is their ability to control their Yoki with a level of precision far beyond that of ordinary Claymores. This control allows them to mask their presence, deceive opponents, and manipulate their surroundings to gain an advantage in battle. However, this mastery of Yoki comes at a great cost, the complete loss of their humanity. The physical attributes of awakened beings are diverse and grotesque, reflecting the nature of the individual who's transformed. Each awakened being is unique in appearance, but common traits include immense size, inhuman strength, and regenerative abilities far surpassing those of even the most powerful Claymores. Size and structure. Awakened beings are typically far larger than humans, often towering over ordinary people and Claymores alike. Their size isn't just for intimidation, it reflects their increased physical power. The bodies of awakened beings are often a fusion of human, bestial, and demonic elements. For example, they may possess multiple limbs, wings, tails, or other appendages that serve various combat functions. Their structure is often asymmetrical and alien, designed more for the purpose of battle than for any natural form. Regeneration and durability. Awakened beings possess extraordinary regenerative capabilities. They can recover from injuries that would be fatal to humans or even other Yoma. This regeneration is fueled by their Yoki, which flows more freely in their awakened form. They can reattach severed limbs, heal wounds in seconds, and even recover from injuries to vital organs. Their durability is equally impressive, making them incredibly difficult to kill. Their bodies are often covered in thick, armor-like skin or scales, further enhancing their resistance to damage. Combat capabilities. Awakened beings are designed for combat. Their physical forms often include weapons or features that give them an advantage in battle. This might include sharp claws, fangs, spines, or tentacles. Some awakened beings possess special abilities unique to their form, such as generating energy blasts, manipulating their bodies into various shapes, or using telekinetic powers. Their combat abilities are a direct extension of the skills they had as a Claymore, but amplified to a monstrous degree. Energy manipulation. Awakened beings have full control over their Yoki, allowing them to perform feats that go beyond the capabilities of even the most skilled Claymores. They can manipulate their Yoki to enhance their physical abilities, create destructive energy attacks, or exert mental influence over others. This mastery of Yoki also allows them to mask their presence from other beings, making them capable of ambushes or evasion. Mental and emotional attributes of awakened beings. The transformation into an awakened being is not only a physical change, but also a profound mental and emotional shift. When a Claymore awakens, she loses her human consciousness and is consumed by her Yoma nature. This loss of self is often accompanied by a sense of liberation, as the newly awakened being no longer feels the constraints of human morality, guilt, or fear. However, this liberation is a double-edged sword, as it also means the destruction of the individual's original personality and identity. Mentally, awakened beings retain their intelligence and strategic thinking, often becoming even more cunning and ruthless than they were as Claymores. They're no longer bound by human emotions like compassion or empathy, allowing them to act pragmatically and brutally. However, some awakened beings retain echoes of their former selves, which can manifest as twisted versions of their previous goals or desires. For example, an awakened being who was once a loyal and protective Claymore might become obsessively possessive or destructive towards those she once cared for. Emotionally, awakened beings experience a range of intense and often destructive emotions. While they may no longer feel the guilt or sorrow associated with their former human lives, they can experience overwhelming feelings of rage, jealousy, and hunger. The hunger, in particular, is a defining characteristic of awakened beings, as they crave power, domination, and often the flesh of humans or other Yoma. This insatiable hunger drives much of their behavior, leading them to commit acts of violence and destruction on a massive scale. Despite their loss of humanity, some awakened beings exhibit a degree of emotional complexity. For instance, certain awakened beings form alliances with others of their kind or even with humans, driven by their desire for power, companionship, or revenge. These alliances, however, are often fragile and based on mutual benefit rather than genuine loyalty or trust. The transformation into an awakened being isn't just a physical change, but a profound mental and emotional shift as well. Once a Claymore awakens, their human consciousness is either completely lost or deeply submerged, replaced by a new, monstrous identity. Loss of humanity. The most significant mental change is the complete loss of the individual's humanity. The emotions, memories, and personality traits that define them as human are often obliterated. In their place emerges a being driven by primal instincts, often reveling in destruction, power, and the thrill of battle. The moral and ethical constraints that once governed their actions are gone, replaced by a predatory mindset that sees humans and even other awakened beings as either prey or obstacles. Psychological freedom and hubris. Many awakened beings experience a sense of freedom after their transformation. They're no longer bound by the rules and fears that constrain them as humans or Claymores. This liberation often leads to extreme arrogance and hubris. Awakened beings view themselves as superior to all other life forms, including humans, Yoma, and even other awakened beings. This inflated sense of self often leads to conflicts with others of their kind as they seek to assert dominance. Insatiable hunger. Like Yoma, awakened beings often possess an insatiable hunger for human flesh. This hunger is more than just a physical need. It's a reflection of their complete transformation into monsters. However, the intensity of this hunger varies. Some awakened beings are driven primarily by their need to consume humans, while others are more focused on their desire for power, control, or revenge. Lingering human traits. While most awakened beings lose their humanity entirely, some retain fragments of their former selves. These remnants might manifest as memories, emotions, or even a twisted sense of morality. For example, certain awakened beings retain the relationships they had before their transformation, though these bonds are often distorted by their new nature. This lingering humanity can make them even more dangerous as it adds complexity to their motivations and actions. The impact of awakened beings on the world of Claymore. The existence of awakened beings has a profound impact on the world of Claymore. These beings are not only a constant threat to humanity, but also serve as a reminder of the dangers inherent in the organization's experiments. The battles between awakened beings and Claymores often result in widespread destruction, loss of life, and shifts in the balance of power. Entire regions can be devastated by the actions of a single awakened being, leading to fear, chaos, and the further entrenchment of the organization's control over humanity. Awakened beings also serve as a critical narrative device in the series, highlighting the tragic fate of the Claymores and the moral complexities of their existence. The transformation into an awakened being is the ultimate consequence of the organization's manipulation and the internal struggle each Claymore faces. It underscores the themes of identity, loss, and the cost of power that are central to the story. As of the series' conclusion, the total count of named awakened beings includes numerous entities, each with their own backstory and significance. However, the most influential are the abyssal ones: Priscilla, Riffle, Isley, and Lucilia, whose actions shape the course of the story and the world of Claymore. Their existence raises questions about the true nature of humanity and the lengths to which individuals will go in their pursuit of power and survival. The presence and actions of awakened beings have a profound impact on the world of Claymore. They serve as the greatest threat to humanity and are responsible for many of the series' most devastating events. Their battles reshape the political and geographical landscape, leading to the destruction of entire regions and the deaths of countless people. Destabilization of territories. The conflict between the abyssal ones, Isley, Riffle, and Lucilia, creates vast areas of instability and destruction. Their territorial disputes and wars against each other draw in Claymores, humans, and lesser awakened beings, leading to widespread devastation. The Northern Campaign, a major military operation led by the organization to eliminate Isley, results in heavy casualties and a shift in the power dynamics of the entire continent. Fear and oppression. The existence of awakened beings instills fear in the hearts of both humans and Claymores. Their overwhelming power and near immortality make them seem invincible, leading to a sense of hopelessness among those who oppose them. Villages and cities live in constant terror of being targeted by an awakened being, knowing that their defenses are often inadequate against such a threat. Moral ambiguity and corruption. The creation and control of awakened beings by the organization reveals the moral corruption at the heart of the world. The organization's willingness to create monsters like Alicia and Beth and its manipulation of Claymores for its own ends demonstrates the lengths to which it will go to achieve its goals. This corruption is mirrored in the awakened beings themselves, who, despite their power, are often driven by base desires and instincts. Catalysts for change. Ultimately, the existence of awakened beings becomes a catalyst for change within the world of Claymore. The battles against them force characters to grow, adapt, and challenge the status quo. The final confrontations with Priscilla and the Destroyer bring the series to its climax, leading to a resolution that changes the fate of the world. Conclusion. In summary, awakened beings in Claymore are a terrifying and tragic outcome of the Claymore's struggle with their Yoma nature. They're created when a Claymore loses control over their Yoki, leading to a complete physical and mental transformation. These beings possess immense power, intelligence, and emotional complexity, making them formidable adversaries and central figures in the series' narrative. Their existence and actions have a lasting impact on the world of Claymore, driving much of the conflict and exploration of the series' core themes. Awakened beings are the embodiment of the horror and tragedy that lies at the heart of Claymore. Their creation marks the ultimate failure of humanity to control the power of the Yoma, leading to the emergence of monsters that threaten the very existence of the world. Their physical might, coupled with their mental and emotional degeneration, makes them a force to be reckoned with, driving much of the conflict and drama in the series. The impact of their actions is felt across the entire world, leaving scars that may never heal.